In our approach to know about the nosodes and sarcodes, we had been studying various nosode medicines, and today we are going to see an important sarcode groups of the medicines. As you know, the sarcodes group of medicines includes the product from the healthy organ, healthy glands, healthy part of the living organ. And among these healthy parts, there are many. They are used basically to maintain, and those type of the substance are chosen which are very much related to the life and mind and the body itself. So, uh, understanding about the problems that arises from the vital organs, uh, it draws a lot of attention uh, towards the towards the maintenance of that vital organs of the body. As we know that there are many vital organs as well as the hormonal systems, which is spread all over the body. We have the different meaning for that, different understanding for that. We have been provided by the God with the mind and the body. The two factors, the mind. Mind is the ability that you can control your life. Body is the functional ability, and the planning and making the functions, implementations that can be done when only when both mind and the body are in proper balance. So, so there must be a link between the mind and the body. The linking things are required for having a balance between our mind and body. So we are provided with the hormonal system, which acts as a linking system for link, which creates a links between the mind and the body. So it has got that whatever things happens on the body, it is transmitted to the mind, and whatever things happen at the mind, it is transmitted to the body. So it is a linkage. So whenever you suffer from the lot of the stress, so simultaneously you will be feeling more stress than the body also, or whenever the body is stressed, the mental stress is also there. So it is just maintaining a link between the two separate. We feel that it is separate, but they are not separate because linked. They are linked together by the uh, linked together by the uh, an or a system that is called the hormonal system. And hormonal system is maintained in the through the different glands spread over the body, starting right from the mind, pituitary gland. Then in the thyroid region, we have the thyroid gland, and then adrenal gland, and so many glands are there, and they are acting as a station, a link station for the communications of the pattern. As you have the communication pattern of the nervous system with the stimulations and things being transmitted to every part of the body, and then the blood system which translates the nutrition to every part of the body. So the mental and things are being transmitted to every part of the mind and the body through the connections uh, of the hormones. And this hormone flow, they are associated with each other, uh, acting as a local station, substation to transmit the material from one end of the body to the another end of the body. So thyroid lies in between the uh, in your thyroid region, and it is very essential things that has attracted the humanity because it is lying with me at the connections connecting point of the head and the body. है ना? Head and the body connecting point. So thyroid is located here only, and it is called the connecting major connecting area for the mind and the body. So the medicines that has been developed from prepared from this thyroid, uh, from this thyroid brought at the attention of the scientists, and they wanted to have some medicines prepared from this organ so that the things which happens at the thyroid level can be managed. This was the objective for uh, proving the thyroid as a source, stimulating the nodes by instilling the nodes in the body. So we shall try to study today about one of the important medicines of the Sarcodes group, that is the Throdinum. And so Throdinum is one of the, you see this is your uh, cervical region, and this is your thyroid register. You see the shape of the thyroid. It is like the flap of the two door of the two flaps of the door, on this side and this side. What does it indicate? Why the God has prepared the thyroid organs like this? The two separate, the door separate. So they are the doorway. It is said that they are the doorway that leads towards the mind, and one doorway leads towards the body. This is basic understanding. So this thyroid distortions, and when the thyroid is distorted, several diseases are appear, myxedema and water and many other diseases are there, and it is called the thyroid feeding disease. So it was and it attracted the attention of Murray in 1892, and who observed that overdosing of the medicines created a distortions in the thyroid region, and he wanted to prove the thyroid. As I told you, it is a sarcode of the thyroid extractions, and it is prepared. This thyroid, basically, we have not prepared the thyroid from the human being, but the thyroid gland of the sheep or calf has been taken, and they are extracted into the liquid form, and then attenuations, potentizations were done. So dried, clean uh, powder thyroid glands obtained from the domestic animals like the sheep or the calf was contained. And as you know that this thyroid contains iodine, so 0.17 to 0.23 iodine, and it is used in the so it is basically used in the treatment of retinism and myxedema in certain cases of obesity and the skin disease also. So this was the basic idea for preparing the thyroid, and it started only to have a local treatment because every medicine draws attention when because from the local, and then it is spread on the general plane. The thyroid, as I told you, the thyroid means it is formed of the two Greek word. Thyra means door, and it means signal like. It is door like. Thyroid glands are like the door. The glands is located in the throat and consists of two lobes in the door separate shield. And it is most basic function is to maintain the mental balance and to assist the formation of the habits. At the removal, when you remove the thyroid from the body, it causes death linked to the linking is, that means that if your spirit is separated, personality is separated, and this bridge is broken, and so your life gets over. Its reactions are dual. Now, the two reactions are there, physical and spiritual. I told you, it is the so what is often major time we say the thyroid is the messenger for the God, your spirit, or the life force, or you can say the vital force. This is the messenger for the vital force. So when thyroid is disturbed, your messenger, your connectivity from the God is disconnected. This is the spiritual understanding about the thyroid also that we must consider when we have to study the homeopathy. Its important functions is the larynx and terrestrial and future celestial states life. The occult scientist knows that physical and spiritual effects of the thyroid are equally wonderful power, particularly from the time of the new and full moon. Uh, this example giving of the moon phases is very also important because we are how we are linked with the moon. Nobody says that we are linked with the moon. There is no connectivity of the moon. But often during the full moon and often during the new moon, your mind gets disturbed or physical activity gets disturbed. As we have observed in several types of the patients, where the problem arises more during the full moon time or more during the new moon time. So this phenomena gives the reference or identity and makes us to feel that there is a there is a messenger of the by God instilled in our body who keeps connectivity of your life with the God. This is the this is the this is just the understanding that is coming out from the presentations. Now the gland is larger and heavier in the female and than in the male and decreases in size with the advancing age. Now when you are born, there is a great connectivity between the God and you. But as you because after taking birth, what happens? You are in close association. You have emerged from the God, and you are getting separated. So as you grow elder and elder from the childhood to the adulthood, and so your function of the thyroid gets disturbed. So aging factor is another important factor where the thyroid functions are disturbed. It is believed that the lower form of the life, thyroid and sex glands, are linked with the they are linked with the mind. As I told you that it is always linked with the because communications, whatever a communications happens in our life, that is done now in the consciousness of the mind only. Whether we are trying to understand the God or whether we are trying to understand our body or life, it has the communications or consciousness, it goes through the mind only. So between the God, yeah, or the spiritual things, there is a and you just take it like that, spirituality, mental level, and the physical level. So spirituality, mental level, and physical body, they are connected with this system that is called the hormone. Thyroid is a gland that produces land animal and is very prominent in the evolution of form and also progressions. So the feeding of the thyroid of a new transformation into a salamander land breathing animals. Evolution, you have to be aware that we all grew from the lower animal to the higher animal. So what happened? Only there was a development in the changes in the and your adaptability, your breathing problem, your activity, and your mental faculty. There was no mental faculty earlier. So there was a great connectivity between the your body and the God. But as we grow, the in between the with the growth of the mind, via media, via media, so we started getting disconnected with the God. So what many people don't have a feeling about the God. They don't believe in the God, and many people are not fearful of the God, and many people are fearful of the God. They feel that they are the descendant of the God, and as long as this feeling is there, they have the feeling that they are descendant. But man, with your mental ability, intellect development, and misguidance of the understanding, you feel that no, I am the separate, I am the human, I am the Superman, and there is no God function to be related to the God. So this is the idea that I wanted to convey. And in 1892, it was after when Murray introduced it, It was proved by Panos, Roger, Stephenson, and in 63 and 64, it was proved in India by Dr. Kosov, S.C. Kos. You may be aware about it, the S.C. Kos. Now, coming to the symptomatic provings of this medicine has been observed that it has got our region of the body like heart and circulatory systems are the prominent area. Then central nervous system, sexual organs, sex glands, and the right side of the body is the affected area where the symptoms are observed. When I talk about the region of the body, it doesn't mean that it is not affecting the other region of the body, but these are the province records which indicates that it has got the great affinity for the heart. Why heart? Well, heart is the maintaining, heart has the functions to maintain your life. Why central nervous system? It has the maintain the communications with the entire area. And why the sexual organ? Because it has the communications with the God itself. So, and then the skin and glands and right-sided, these are the important understandings that we have. Whenever you think about the heart, whenever you think about the mind, whenever you think about the, these are the three basic area which is representing our life to be the functional. The characteristic symptoms now coming to delusion of being persecuted. Now, getting separated from the God is very difficult because as we move away from the God, the feeling that you are under the, you have committed some mistake. There are the examples in the Bible that when Adam and Eve they descended on this planet Earth, they started feeling that they are happy and they had no problem. But God has prohibited them not to eat the apple at the of the one tree, and so it was, they were warned not to take that. Otherwise, you have to face the consequence. But our lust and curiosity, it makes them to eat that apple, and so they developed a fear that God has seen me and I will be punished, I will be persecuted. So this is the important characteristic symptom, delusion. So whenever you commit a crime or whenever you think that the things have gone wrong, you have a delusional of being persecuted. All progressed case of myxedema shows mental aberrations like you are the dementia, losing the usually delusion, that suspicions and persecutions, it is and then the mania and insanity. So mental faculty are very important for this medicine. Then irritable and aggravated by the least oppositions. So Julian has remarked that they are quarreling with the family and whimsical mood, adolescence, and chronic headache with the flushing of the face. So this is the characteristic symptoms that has been observed. Then another characteristic, mixed miasmatic. Banerjee says it is a mixed miasmatic medicine with a strong tubercular predominance on like myxedema and Cretini. One of our seat anchor mania, irritable, impatient, suicidal disposition, fear of being arrested. Everywhere what you see, the fear of being arrested, being persecuted, suicidal disposition, in tendency, they are related to the fear. People living thyroid are nervously and emotionally affected, showing disturbance of their vasometer balance, hysterical and allergic tendency. Suitable in the phosphoric type of the patient, it is remarked by OATN. Then obesity and dwarfism are noted here. Then another characteristic symptoms are reddish face. The face is reddish. These are the physical presentations: swelling of the face and legs with prominent eyeballs, disorders of the pregnancy, and then usually when the abortion, there is a tendency to abort at the third month with the vomiting and edema of the legs, hypertension, palpitations, vertigo, fainting, mental disturbance during the pregnancy. this can be thought of. Then disorder of the menopause. Now, see the three stages of the life, female life: menarche, pregnancy, and the menopause. And everywhere, because they are the junctional point. So whenever there are the problem at the junctional point, you can see the disorder of the menopause. Menopause is also departing. You are going away from the physical life and you are moving towards the older age. So fibroid tumor, uterus, hemorrhage, hysteria, mental disturbance, palpitation, dyspnea, vertigo, etc. Then allergic. This is also a tendency very important for the Throdinum, rhinitis, conjunctivitis, stoppage of nose, asthma, urticarial. So all types of the allergy are there. Then allergic bronchospasm are there, and from every change of the weather. So now you are not in connection with the environment also. You are getting disconnected. Whenever you think like this, whenever you are getting disconnections from the nature, from the God, you have the problems. This is the theme for this. Then nose are dry, indoor, most moist in the open air. Then open air, see, beautiful symptoms is the open air. When they are indoor, their nose is dry, but when they are open, because they want the connectivity with the God. This is unconscious mind that is working here. And then cough on entering warm room from cool air, sneezing, stoppage of nose aggravates. Then tumors, mammy, uterus, ovary, brittle bones, slow repair of the bone, broken bone. Then family history. It is natural that family history of thyroid, diabetes, allergy, obesity are there. Then aggravations by the cold. Chilly patients, thin built, prominent eye and a nervous temperament, puffing of face with chronic disease or patient suffering from the frequent urticaria. Aversion to fat and the rich food they don't like, then they desire for the sweets, especially when they are tired, great thirst for the cold water, they are emulated by the rest and least aggravations aggravate like the briny. Then aggravations before the menses, irritability and dyspepsia are there. Ameliorations during the mens, eye, pelvic congestions, uh, joint pain, but pressing sensation in varicose veins in thighs aggravates during the mens. Amenorrhea in the obese woman, almost specific for case of amenorrhea due to complex endocrinal imbalance. Tuberculinum high potency is followed well by this thyroid. Then dryness, everywhere it is the dryness, nose, lips, throat, larynx, and the skin. Other symptoms are undescended testicles in the children, boys. Many of children comes to you that they don't have the testes, especially the obese child. So it has been observed that it helps in descending the testes. Sexually excited in the boys and the young men, it is important. Then heartbeat felt in the ear, audible palpitations. This is what wonderful medicine. Pain radiating in axilla, from anywhere the axilla, numbness of the finger of the left hand, clutching, causing shortness of breath, and distended veins of arms and the hand, and palpitations, aggravations, aggravated by the stooping, bending forward, that is, and the least exercise. The connection between the heart and the thyroid is very close and seen in the cases of the exothalamic goiter. The goiter, it is another type of the myxedema. And inflammations of joints occurring with each menstrual period. This is another thing that you can, the patient comes that whenever they have the menstrual period, the joints are swollen. Then urticaria, rashes are there. More edematous, the urticarial rash, and the more extensively they appear over large area of the body, the better will indicate for the thyroid. Itching is more prominent than burning and relieved by heat or the hot waves. Then infantile eczema during dentitions, especially uh, eczema during, especially during at the elbow and the knee characteristics. Also exfoliation of the skin of the palms of the soles. Then on waking morning and when bending forward in elevations, pain headache in the morning and on waking, and chronic headache in the forehead. Epistaxis from becoming heated, bleeding from the nose. It is also similar to the thuya. Here on the upper lips of the female or any, especially for the female, hydrogenium is another medicine related, and metallic taste at the tip of the tongue are there. A ravenous appetite and emaciation are there. Appetite, they eat well, but they emaciate. Thirst for the large quantity of water and vomiting during the pregnancy. Bladder involuntary urinations at the night. Infantilism genitalia. Genitalia are small and they are not developing proper. Milk is absent. Palpitation of the heart when lying on the back and trembling of the hand. Fibroid memory tumor. Rush of the blood in lower limbs as if they feel congested lower limbs. Coldness of the hand, heat of the soles, heat in soles of the feet and at night. Then brownish discoloration or liver base. Another important observation is that marked improvement followed edema of the face and body diminished on. This is one of the cases presented by some Nicholson's. On October 23, patient was above usual duty. Nicholson's explains its action in eclampsia as being affected to it enable the kidney to carry off the toxins resulting from the fetal metabolism. Thyroid is antagonistic to adrenaline in that latter stage contact, while the former dilates the artery. So, among the pathogenetic effects of thyroidinum, optic neuritis and accommodative eosinopenia have been observed. Some curiosities have also been noted on the action of thyroid on the growth of the hair. So, these are the important observations made by our authors. Then another important observations by Burnett is that swelling and was browny nature of the swelling. Soon after commencing thyroid, the patient passed quantity of fluid from the feet and got well soon. So after the discharges, the feet becomes well. The symptoms are aggravated by rest, aggravated by exertion, by stooping. These are the already observed. Then patient suffers from the skin disease, uh, were found tolerant for more larger dose than mixotrione. In a number of cases, latent ISIS has been lighted up into activity. Syphilis, both secondary and tertiary, have been versatilely relieved by the thyroid. Hansen mentions fibroma uteri as having been cured by thyroid, and Bruford supports this. Brownie swelling is a keynote of the thyroid patient that was discovered by Dr. Burnett. So brownie swelling is an important thing. Then William Borick makes another beautiful remark on this medicine. Thyroid produces anemia, emaciations, muscular weakness, sweating, headache, nervous tremor of the face and limbs, tingling sensation, paralysis, heart rate increase, exophthalmos, and dilations of people in myxedema and cartilage effects are striking, rheumatoid arthritis, infantile wasting, rickets, delayed union of fractures in half grain dose twice a day over a considerable period said to be effective in undescended testicles in boy. Then thyroid exercise general regulations influence over the mechanism of the organs of nutrition, growth, and development. Thyroid weakness causes decided craving for the large amount of justice. So this beautiful remarks the doctor had volume as reflected. Then Bogar is also very important person of our homeopathy. He says the splitting sensation, chest infusion appendix, spine clutching, choking, wants to lie down, nervousness, pains, and rapid emaciation. Tired and irritability, or heavy ache over the eye, falling hair, nose dry indoors, moist in open air, dry red lips, metallic taste of the tip of the tongue, dry throat and larynx, as the splinter is struck from the across the throat, cutting in liver, aggravated by deep breathing, rolling flatulence with gurgling, then a loose gassy stool, tearing or aching down through pelvis into the into anterior thigh, gnawing in uterus, then cough on entering a warm room from cool air, then heart palpitations, hammering, beat films in ear, pains radiating into axilla, clutching, causing short breath as if blood were rushing downward through the body. Hypertrophic after a hard labor, and uh, left numbness of the left finger, then right leg, large veins on arms and head, very dry skin as of cold wind blowing on nose, icy cold left hand and cold clammy hands, hot flashes, then chill or drenching sweats. So amyl nitrate is there, oily musty sweats. So this is from the synoptic of the Dr. Boga, Dr. C. L. Boga. Now the medicines is very much related for the, you can compare this medicine with the psoriasis, for myxedema and psoriasis, the arsenic. Dr. Clark permanently cured a case of myxedema with arsenic high before the thyroid method was introduced, and arsenic has been found to be normal constituent of the healthy thyroid glands. So you can just remember that how throdinum and arsenic are connected, because in the thyroid glands, this arsenic is one of the important constituents. Then thysis, bacillinum. Dr. Clarker have observed throdinum follow bacillinum well. Greenfield sees that tuberculosis is very common in mixodermic. In 5 out of 7 cattle cases, it was widespread and advanced. He also found it in one case of the sporadic creatinine. Young of Switzerland has cured creatinine with bacillinum, syphilis, mark, AI, and then syphilinum, goiter ectophthalmic, spongia, iodine, spirosis, urea, optic nerve neuritis, tobacco, carbon surf, dilated arteries, adrenal and ununited fracture symphytum mixed with the headache lachesis, and it follows well with the lachesis and the bacteria. So usually crude it can be given in 6 to 30th potency. If the crude thyroid is taken 2 to 3 grams or more daily with the pulse of the, this is about the, this is the, like the mother teacher used, and must not be given in physiological dose when where there is a feeble heart, there is a high blood pressure and not intertubercular patient. So always try to go in the potency for this use of this medicine. I think this is one of the important medicines of your medica. So conclusion is that abscess, acromegaly, albuminuria, these are the clinical applications that has been observed. Amalglophia, amenorrhea, anemia, acute pernicious, angina pectoris, backache, chilblains, constipation, convulsions, peripheral, diarrhea, diuresis, dropsy, dysmenorrhea, ear, middle affections of eczema, painting fibroma, then fracture, ununited, goiter, sulfamic, hair, new growth, of the growth, new growth of the hair also this has been observed. Then heart failure of valvular disease of hysteria, epilepsy, digitomesis, ichthymosis, and then idiocy, leprosy, mania, milk, and so many diseases are there that you can see this medicines to be working. So these are only the clinical observations. I don't say that you go through this understanding, you go through the basic understanding that we have observed with the system. It is one of the most essential medicines of our Metra for treating the pediatric cases, and application has been extended from the treatment of babies even when in the uterus to the date of the partition. So during the pregnancy, if this medicine is given, it has wonderful drug benefit for the babies also. So thank you for this presentations. And so up to today that we have understood about the Throdinum, I think you will be able to have a more insight into it. Try to go by the theme, not by the clinical presentation. So you try to, when you are selecting a medicine or taking a case history, you have just you have to think like that, how much you have understood the patient, that mind, his body, his life situations. This is important because unless you assess the mind, body, and spirit, and the symptoms become irrelevant. They have got no meaning. Symptoms without meaning are useless, and you have it. Simply using Throdinum for the myxedema, simply using Throdinum for heart disease is of no use until and unless you have understood that how much the person has been disconnected at the spiritual, mental, and physical level. So with these basic understandings, let me conclude this session today. And again, we can have another session next time or with the next medicine. Thank you. Thank you very much.